Okay, imagine this. You're a penguin. You cannot fly. Everyone else flies. You're sad. Then one day, boom, rocket engine. That is basically the journey of Rocket Penguin, a game that looks cute, acts silly, and then absolutely destroys your confidence in about 5 seconds. Today, I want to talk about a small indie game that surprised me way more than I expected. This is Rocket Penguin, and yes, crashing is part of the learning process, trust me. At first glance, it looks simple, almost harmless. You see a cute penguin, some rockets, a colorful sky, and you think, okay, this will be chill. Nah. The core idea is very straightforward. You control Peeo, a penguin who cannot fly and has always dreamed of soaring through the sky. Through a very convenient twist of fate, Peeo gets his hands on a rocket engine and decides that gravity is now optional. The story is intentionally simple, but it works because it mirrors the gameplay perfectly. The controls are one of the most interesting parts of the game. You only use 2 buttons to control flight. That is it. Plus 1 extra button, but it's not for control flight. This makes Rocket Penguin feel a bit awkward at first, but in a good way. There are 2 main ways to play. One is the story mode, which includes more than 20 handcrafted levels. You get all kinds of weird and fun challenges like speed races, cargo delivery missions, eating contests, and even soccer matches, yes, with penguins and rockets. Each level introduces small twists that force you to rethink how you control your rocket. Then there is the expedition mode, which is basically the soul-crushing, score-chasing mode where you try to fly as high as possible, break through the atmosphere, and climb the global rankings. This mode is endless, highly competitive, and very good at reminding you that someone out there is way better than you. The game also features multiple rockets, more than 10, each with different stats and abilities. This adds a layer of strategy because you are not just improving your skills, you are also choosing the right tool for your flying style. On top of that, there is customization. You can personalize your penguin, upgrade your rocket, and spend time in the shop, which honestly shows how much the developer thought about long-term progression. There's also local split screen available, which is pure chaos in the best possible way. Crashing into your friends has never felt so personal. Rocket Penguin is developed by Retro5 Games, which is essentially a one-person studio. The developer has around 7 years of experience in game development and decided to start an indie studio to focus on personal projects. Development of Rocket Penguin started back in 2019. At first, it was just a fun side project, something small and experimental. Over time, more features, modes, and depth were added, slowly transforming it into a full game. The initial inspiration came from games like Flappy Bird, with simple controls but challenging gameplay. Later on, games like Celeste influenced the level design approach, especially the idea of short but intense challenges that test precision and patience. The core concept came from a love for classic arcade games and skill-based experiences. Taking a cute character like a penguin and putting it into a high-speed, high-risk situation creates a fun contrast, and that contrast is really the heart of the game. From a technical perspective, the game is built in Unity, and one feature the developer highlighted is Unity's 2D lighting system. The lighting and shadow effects add a surprising amount of depth to the pixel art visuals, and it shows careful use of the engine rather than default settings. All visual assets were created by the developer, while sound effects and music were sourced externally. One of the biggest challenges during development was balancing difficulty and fun, especially with unconventional controls. A lot of time was spent tuning physics and level layouts to make sure the game feels tough but fair. Playtesting played a huge role in shaping the final experience. Feedback from players helped adjust difficulty, scoring, and progression. Community feedback also influenced post-launch plans, including adding new stages, new rockets, and limited-time events during holidays. Honestly, what can I say? This game really impressed me. It has everything you would want from a small indie arcade-style game. The pixel art is clean and charming. The animations are expressive without being overdone, and the music fits perfectly with the pace of the gameplay. Nothing feels random or out of place. What I enjoyed the most, without any doubt, was the expedition mode, even though my score was, let's say, not exactly something to be proud of. I had a lot of fun trying to improve run after run anyway. What really made me smile was seeing the score table filled with other players. It means people are actually playing, competing, and caring, and for an indie game, that is always great to see. Another thing I really appreciated is how solid the foundation of the game feels. There is already a shop, customization systems, multiple rockets, progression, and different modes. It feels like a complete package, not like a prototype pretending to be a full game. You can tell the developer thought about everything from the start. The mechanics reminded me a bit of Air Shushu, if you remember the game. I actually interviewed the developer of Air Shushu a few months ago, and I got a similar feeling here. Simple controls, high skill ceiling, and that constant urge to try just one more time. That said, no game is perfect, and Rocket Penguin has a few rough edges that could be smoothed out. The first issue I noticed was with joystick integration, specifically in the menus. The joystick does work in gameplay, but the main menu cannot be controlled with it, at least not yet. At first, I genuinely thought my controller was not detected correctly. It took me a moment to realize that the menu itself just does not support joystick input. I also suggest to allow full control remapping. Personally, I really wanted to swap the two buttons, cause my brain completely lost track of left and right. Giving players the option to remap buttons would make the learning curve a bit less painful without ruining the core design. Another thing I would strongly suggest is the full screen, but I'm not sure if that's possible at this point. Maybe there's a reason why the developer didn't choose the full screen. So, who is Rocket Penguin good for? This game is perfect if you like skill-based arcade games, if you enjoy mastering weird controls, and if you are not afraid of failing over and over again until things finally click. It is great for casual players who want something fun but challenging. Let me know what you think about Rocket Penguin in the comments, and if you tried the demo, I really want to hear how many times you crashed before getting good. And like always, thanks for watching.